So in this quick lesson, what we're going to do is talk to you about how to send jobs to Production Manager from Flexi. And we're going to talk about two different kinds of jobs. The one on the left here, let's say we have a restaurant and they just want this cut out of vinyl. They're going to put it on their door, on the walls, or something like that. And then on the right-hand side here, they want this printed to make maybe some very large window graphics or to put on an outdoor sign or something like that. Okay, so let's start with the one on the left here. We actually want to vinyl cut this. We're going to use vinyl, whatever color vinyl we want. You can change the colors to whatever you want. If you go up to the top, there's actually a little knife blade, looks like a little vinyl cutter blade. You click on that, and what you're going to do is say if your production manager is connected to the computer where you have Flexi, it's on the local computer. If it's on a server or something like that, it could be on another computer or on an address. Normally this is going to be on this computer. Click OK, and there is on the right hand side the actual graphic itself. Now you can change the sizes here if you want to. You can panel this thing if needed. There are also options in here for turning on weed borders, horizontal cut lines, split lines, to make weeding even easier. So you should certainly, spend a little time learning about that. And there are even options here like overcut that's going to allow you to make that knife blade cut a little extra past the starting point so that you can weed a little bit better. But that's basically how you're going to set up the job. Once you have the job set up, and I'm going to put mine on hold because I don't want to send it to my printer right away, I'm going to hit send, and what it will do is it will then generate that vinyl cut file. I'm done now, and over in my production manager, there is my cut job. Now this is a low resolution preview. It's not going to cut real rough like that. And again, normally this would be cutting automatically, but if you do put it on hold like that, it's very easy to just send the job. Just click send and your vinyl cutter is going to start to work. It's no big deal. All right, let's go back to our print job here. I'm going to select that so that that's the only thing selected, and normally I wouldn't have the cut job and print job in the same file, but that's fine. So we want to actually print this thing. So now I'm going to go over here to the top, and right next to that vinyl cutter is a large format printer to the right. So that says rip and print. I'm going to click on rip and print, and again it's going to transfer it here, and you'll notice in this particular dialog box it says, well, you have some settings that you set up for printing in Flexi for color management, and you want to really watch that color management YouTube video to get a better idea of what this means. And those are different than what Production Manager says. Which one do you want to use? Well, I want to use the actual ones from the rip and print or from Flexi. So I'm going to say keep the rip and print settings. Again, you can see this menu looks very similar here. Very, very similar. I have the first menu, which is just layout and copies and so forth. The second tab over is actually going to be well, weed border, so to speak, but it's paneling and so forth. And then the third tab is where I can actually verify all my printer setups. Again, this is in another lesson that we talked about this, but I want to make sure I'm printing on the right media, using the right input profiles and so forth. So I'm going to get the best color out of this that I can. The last tab is very rarely used, if ever. In this case, I might use it to increase the vividness just a hair. And what that's going to do is just sort of make this a little bit more pop. Maybe it's not so important that I match colors in this case, but I just want it to pop a little more. Just be sure you reset all these before you actually quit, because it'll be the same for the next job too. So very simple to send a job over here, to make copies, to add weed borders and so forth. Spend a little time on this. You'll get through it. It's very simple, and you can see I hit send there, and then what that does is it's going to take that over to my production manager, and that job is going to be in my print queue over here. So in my print queue right here, I have my job listed. Here's my actual job right here. It's loading up the actual image. It's got a preview that you'll see over here, and it shows me what's going to happen. And once again, I can just double click on that, and if I want to, I can continue to work with color management or set other options like printer options and so forth. Just depends on the job. Maybe a banner, grommet finishing, all those sort of things are capable. You just go through these tabs one at a time to see exactly what they do. But it's very easy to send jobs to Production Manager. It's merely a matter of setting your job up and choosing the correct icon, and then using that particular menu that pops up to set all of your options right there. Very easily done. Guess what? It's just that easy with Flexi.